So welcome guys, welcome back to Code Blooded, and this is the 8th video in the lecture series of pointers. And in my previous videos I have already explained some operations like arithmetic operations on pointers like addition and subtraction, and even I have covered some basic brush up concepts like contiguous memory allocation that is generally required. So in this lecture video we will just take two very conceptual examples of pointer programs basically. So I hope that this will help you. It will be a short video, like I have taken only two examples, but the concept will be generally clear, and if you find such kind of similar questions in future you won't falter there. Alright, so and if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, I will request you please do so, and do press the bell icon so that you get updated, you remain updated with the videos that I post. Alright, and you can even go through my playlist if you haven't seen my previous videos, and after seeing those you can continue with this. Alright, so let's dive into today's agenda. So basically we know that you know what kind of operations and arithmetic operations are performed, like subtraction, addition, those things. So today I'll just tell you one thing. Suppose, as I have said you, that suppose if I have a box and suppose I have 6 in it, and this box is suppose referred to by the variable name b, and if I have suppose a pointer p, and p is basically pointing to this particular location. Fine, then if I write in printf statement suppose star of p, fine, it basically will take the value that is present in this box and print it for us, since we are giving this inside printf statement. Fine, so you need to remember one thing. Suppose if I now write here b is equals to 10, then what will basically happen, your 6 will get removed, alright, and it will get replaced by 10. Alright, this is basically how the variable updation is done. Alright, so instead of this statement you can also write one more statement, like initially I have declared p to be a pointer. Alright, so if you write this particular statement, it will still perform the same operation that has been done here, which means suppose you do not, suppose let's assume that you have not given this statement. Initially you have given this statement b is equals to 6, and after that you declared a pointer. You know how to declare a pointer, I will not specify that part. And after that you have written this statement star p is equals to 10. Alright, so what it will basically do, suppose initially I have 6 here, and after you have written this statement in turn, you know, when it comes in a printf or an executable part of a statement, it basically takes the value which is inside the location to which p is pointing. And by this statement you can see it is not an executable statement, it is an assignment statement. Why? Because equals to is there. So in this case what it does, basically p is pointing to this location, so when I write this statement, the value 6 will get replaced by 10. Alright, so either you write this b is equals to 10, or in case with the help of pointer also if you write this, both the output will remain the same. Alright, please do remember this, because we'll require this thing now as we solve some examples. Alright, so let's move on. So here is the first question, as you can see. So here like there is in star p ptr, and star ptr is equals to 5, and we have given a printf, an executable statement. So what will be basically the output? That is the question. Fine, what will be the output of the program? So analyze one thing. Here you have declared a pointer, this is okay. Let's let's do it one by one from top to bottom, how the statement basically gets executed in the main function when the compiler reads it. Okay, alright, so this line has no error, star ptr is equals to 5, and then we have given this. Alright, so now you see here you will find an error. Why you will find an error? Because you have declared a pointer, that's okay. Fine, you have said that okay, I want a variable and it should be of pointer type, which means it should point to a location whose value inside that particular location should be of integer type, because I have the data type here is int. Fine, but here star ptr, as in the above example like I showed you, what does star ptr is equals to 5 mean? Which means there will be a location and there it might contain some value, and when I write this statement it will remove the previous value and update the new value here. But in this case, does any this kind of box is created? Have we created any kind of variable like x is equals to 1? Suppose, have we created this kind of statement? No, which means there does not exist such block of memory. Alright, there does not exist in your memory such a box. Alright, and it does not contain any value within it, which means ptr might be your pointer you have declared, but it is not pointing to some location. Alright, ptr inside suppose this is ptr. Alright, you have declared a pointer and suppose this is the box of ptr. So generally ptr contains an address here, but it is not pointing. With the execution of only these two statements, you cannot say that ptr is pointing to some particular location. Alright, so the output of this program basically will be a runtime error. Alright, so it will give you a runtime error. And why the runtime error will be? Because I have explained you, since ptr should point to a location, and only if it points to a location, then only we can update the value in this location. But if this box or this location in your memory is not present, then this statement holds no value. So basically it will give you a runtime error. So please do remember this. It is very important. Like, people generally tend to make a mistake and generally they give the output as 5, but that is not the case here. Fine, so please do remember this thing. So let's move on to our next example. Fine. Alright, so here is the second example. Alright, and just a second. Fine, so again let's start from the top. Alright, our execution starts from top to bottom, basically inside the main function. Alright, so here what we have done, int a is equals to 36, which means in my compiler. Alright, fine, let's I'll just I'll just tell you one thing to do. You pause the video here, alright, and you just try to solve this particular program and just try to solve what the output will be. Alright, and then again you can resume it. Alright, it's totally up to you. Alright, because if you want to learn something, you need to do these things, because it is I'm making this video publicly available to everyone, so that everyone can access such kind of conceptual problems. Alright, so please, I would request you, please, if you can, please pause the video and just solve it. Alright, and then you can resume and just tally your answer with mine. Fine. So fine, let's just go. So here a is equals to 36, which means that there will be a box and it will contain a 36 and it will be accessed with the variable name a. Fine. Now see we have declared a pointer in start ptr, which means there will be a ptr box here. Fine. All right, and see, in this statement we have ptr is equals to address of a. So let's assume that the address of a is, suppose 7210, like 7210. Let's assume it can be arbitrary. Basically it is generated by the machine or compiler. So let's just assume for our calculations that the address of a is basically 7210. So address of a is 7210 and we are reassigning inside p, and we know p is a pointer. So basically inside p, within the box of p, it will be 7210. All right, fine. And now let's just assume that the address of ptr, let's suppose it is 714. Just all right, let's assume that it is 714 and 6. Fine. And so here is a printf statement. Like I told you, that whenever we print addresses, we basically denote it with %u or with %t. So it can be anything. Now basically see, you can like logically get the feel that since %u is there, so the output should be an address. So now the question is whether the output of this and this will be same or different. Alright, we know that whatever the two values that will get printed will be an address since the type specifier is %u, but the question is whether it will be same or different. Fine, so let's analyze that part. Alright, so fine, so let's analyze. Now see, whenever we see any kind of like an expression that needs to be evaluated, alright, always remember right to left associativity with we follow. In our general evaluation of an expression, we basically follow right to left associativity, which means we start from the right and move towards left, and whatever it comes first, it is evaluated. Alright, this is not like, you do not confuse yourselves with BODMAS, alright, where basically bracket is executed first and then the rule follows. It is not that. It is just for any kind of general expression until and unless there arises a case where there is some sort of precedence preference. Alright, but if you do not consider that part, you can consider that it is basically, it happens in this way, that we follow a right to left associativity. Fine, so in this particular statement, when we move from right to left, let's just take up this one. We'll again take up this one and then we'll print it together. Fine, so star PTR, which means star PTR means it is referring to this location. Alright, star PTR means what? Value at address of. You remember that part? I have value because PTR contains 7210. So star means value at address of 7210. So what is the value at address of 7210? This one. And again it is telling me that print the address of this value. See, after you have done this part, it is AND again, which means address. So address of 36 or the address of this box, what is the address basically? 7210. So basically this expression, the value will be 7210. Fine. Now let's come to this part. Now let's come to this part. Fine. Here again see, we'll start from the right to left associativity. Here what's address of PTR? So what is PTR? PTR is this box. And since when we move from right to left, we first encounter address of operator. So address of PTR means 7146. Alright. Now see, this is again a dereference operator. Alright, this is again a dereference operator, which means whatever the value that should be after this star, that basically should be an address. Alright, then only it will make sense. I have explained this part very clearly, value at address of, in my previous videos. If you haven't watched them, please do watch. Alright, so basically our resultant of AND of PTR is 7146. And I know star of anything, star of suppose, so basically it will, what does this basically mean now? Star of 7146, because address of PTR is 7146. Star of 7146 means what? Give me the value at address 7146. Alright, it is dereferencing. So what is the value inside 7146 address? It is 7210. Hey, this is the value inside this address. So your resultant of this particular, this entire expression will be again 7210. So you see, we write it in a different way. Alright, we write it in a entirely different way. This is a different way of writing. This is also a different expression. These two are not same, but how we logically interpret it and what is the output will be same. So generally, like, this is a very conceptual, that right to left associativity is followed, the concept here. Alright, so basically generally people tend to make a mistake that they start from the left. Alright, or like in this case the left. Alright, then sometimes they might give the right answer, sometimes they might falter. but the main concept you should learn, the main understanding, the behind the scene process you should learn. All right, so basically our final output, as we know what will be, it will be 7210 for the first case also, and for the second case also 7210. I am telling 7210 because I had assumed that the address of this box is 7210. All right, since basically it is generated by the system, so it will be arbitrary, but for our understanding purposes I had considered this address. So according to that, this will be your output. Fine. So this much for this video only. I hope you found it insightful, the concept of how we can basically logically interpret our program and how we can interpret logically our expression, and according to that we'll be able to give the output of whatever the program is asking. Fine. So please do share this video. All right, and do comment if you have any kind of query. Please do comment, I will readily clear it. Fine. And in the next video I'll introduce the concept of post and pre increment. Basically first I'll introduce that, what happens when it is in assignment statement, and what happens when we give post and pre increment in an executable statement, and after that I'll just switch on this concept to post and pre increment of like pointers basically. So it will be a mixture kind of thing. So that's it, this much for this video. Thank you so much, thank you for your patience, and if you haven't subscribed, please do subscribe. Keep supporting us. Thank you so much.